Oh? I suppose it was only a matter of time. Tell Chandlo... Are we here to speak ill of my brother? I will gladly go first. Complaint 1 of 294.
No, that's not why I asked you here. But I do want to talk about Snorpy. He wasn't like this when we were kids, right? I mean, he wasn't always so on edge, was he?
Snorpington has always had his imagination and his moral compass. But no, I suppose he's gotten markedly more distraught since our project's dissolution.
What happened between you two? I mean, I heard some of it from him, but I always wanted to hear your side too. And Snorpy doesn't really like me talking to you.
Oh, I'm aware. I have a pile of threatening letters to that effect. However, I will gladly take this opportunity to set the record straight. We were working together on a government-funded research project. Advanced prosthetics that are 10 times stronger than an ordinary Grumpus. But our dear Snorpington discovered that the government had less than savory plans for that technology. And despite my protestations, he tried to make those plans public knowledge.
Well, yeah, I don't blame him. Even you gotta admit, that's pretty jacked up, dog.
Am I the world's only optimist? That technology would have saved lives. If it must either exist with some consequences or not exist at all, I think the choice is clear.
Easy to say when you aren't the one living.
Yeah, where did you come from? Shoo! Unfortunately, Snorpington agreed with you. He tried to play whistleblower, but before he could make a sound, we were both fired. And after that, there was a campaign to slander both of us, to discredit any allegations he might still make.
So, there really was a conspiracy against you two?
If you must call it that. But only the most boring sort with paperwork and lawsuits.
Still, that means it's not all in his head.
Don't mistake justification for reason. Snorpington has moved well beyond the realities of our situation.
All right, Flifty. Thanks for telling me all that.
Happy to have enlightened you. Honestly, I expected this conversation to involve more shouting and headlocks.
Nah, not this time. We're cool. But hey, we should talk more often. And maybe I can show you how to headlock me!
Perhaps. But for now, my work beckons.
Oh, I'm happy to chat with Chandlo. Let's meet back. What's going on, Chandlo?
Trithany, you know about history and ancient societies and stuff. Shelda said Snorpy's lost in a maze of delusion. But what if it's not a delusion? What if there really is a Grumpinati?
Well, I've done some research on my own, and near as I can tell, there's no such thing. At least not in the way you see in the movies. There's no shadowy cabal secretly in control of the world. Real conspiracies can happen. And heck, there was an old literary society called the Grumpinati, but aside from the name, it's not at all what Snorpy talks about.
Are you sure? I mean, I've seen Snorpy's charts, and they kind of make sense.
Kinda is the important word here, though. Look, there are points of data on that chart that are real, but it's all those strings between them that are made up.
No, those are real. We got them from Gramble.
Oh, Chandlo, that's not, what I...
Let it go, my child.
Point is, Snorpy might be a talented engineer, but he's no historian, and he's certainly not immune to bias, you know?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I hope you're right. Thanks for talking to me, Triff Dog.
No problem. And if you ever want to know more about failed conspiracies throughout history, you know where to find me.
Bro, I feel like there's a huge weight on top of me, and it's not the kind I can lift. Snorpy never would have come to Snacktooth if I didn't push him into it. All I do now is make him exercise and ignore all the stuff I don't understand. Shelda's right. I don't know enough to really help him. And thinking I do is only making it worse. I'm gonna stay here. Until everybody's ready anyway. I need some time to just think.
This shrinking spice intrigues me. From what I observe, it was manufactured by ancient grumpuses, so surely it'll be simple to recreate. Oh, please, bring an ancient grumpus to the present and they'd be utterly lost. Anything they can do, I can do fundamentally better. Frivolities aside, I require a sample of shrink spice for study. Bring a specimen...
Egler!
It seems this substance becomes quite volatile when removed from its origin. A flaw in its design, perhaps. How troublesome. I may need to employ a more direct, by which I mean, bring another sample here and throw it at me before it combusts. I am wearing goggles on. Since the spice causes no apparent harm to Bugsnax, I am reasonable. The goggles! They do nothing! If you couldn't tell, that was rather unpleasant. However, having experienced that, I have learned two very important facts. One, the substance does not work on grumpuses. Two, I should not do that again. I am no closer to obtaining a usable sample of shrink spice. However, I believe we may learn something from the local Bugsnax. Use the shrink spice to capture one Chedorb and one Milimochi. Then transform me...
Chedorb.
Oh, neat.
Milimochi.
Unbelievable. Decently competent work. Unfortunately, any remnants of the spice seem to have been digested, but this too yields interesting results. In their shrunken state, the Bugsnax here are not fundamentally different from those on Snacktooth proper. It will be simple. I am merely exhausting every avenue of study. It's called being thorough. Look it up. Now, I've observed chocolants capable of maintaining a small size. Regrettably, I must not eat it, delicious though it may be. So... At last, a viable sample. Now I can extract the powder. This requires my utmost concentration, and you ask far too many questions. You may return when I found my answer. Blast it all! I do not need your distractions. I've obtained dried particles of plant slurry, but I have no way to analyze them. It's like living in the Stone Age out here. Perhaps if I had a particle separator, an electron microscope, and a degree in botany. Bah, plants are not my area of expertise. You cannot be serious. I would sooner eat my Afraid? I simply do not want to waste my valuable time being lectured on archaic moral dichotomies. Yes, I admit that I am frustrated. Under normal circumstances, I could do this without assistance. Very well. Since you clearly won't stop pestering me about this, let us go see Shelda.
One senses the reek.
Cease your hostilities, Shelda. I am here on business. I've been informed that you may possess a rudimentary understanding of phytochemical reactions, which I am in need of.
Strike the stars from the sky! The Wicked One has come to me for guidance. But surely one's ancient ways are far too primitive compared to the miracles of modern science.
I do not appreciate your sarcasm. If you do not wish to help me, then simply say so and be gone with you.
One would never. It is one's path to offer guidance to all who seek it, no matter how undeserving they may be.
Very well. Then I require an analysis of the shrink spice. Tell me what is in it, and be quick about it. Please.
Yes. A poultice made in the herbological traditions of the mother, though its purpose I cannot condone. If that is what you desire, then one will enter the olfactory realm to find the answers you seek.
Waft. Don't sniff.
I know that. So many subtle aromas. Witch hazel, cinnamon, black tea, each a natural remedy for inflammation. And among these astringents, oil of vitriol.
Oil of vitriol? That's sulfuric acid, a common but powerful desiccant. That certainly explains the burning sensation.
Floofty, did you tell the journalist to throw acid at you?
Well, this has been surprisingly not a waste of time. I am going to leave now. I may call on your services again.
And you're welcome. Ah, this place. It's almost identical to the shrines I used to visit in my youth. But it's been twisted, corrupted. Here, Mother Nature is the bringer of Bugsnax. The stories they passed down, the warnings about the toxin, they must have come from experience. Yes, the place where I learned about the beauty and wisdom. No, the mother is a purist, but her followers are a different story. No one starts life on the... I grew up hearing stories about the dangers of Snacktooth Island, passed down through the oral tradition from those who survived it. Not that many did survive it. Just enough to give one very clear message. The toxin must not be consumed. Because it will lead to your doom. I did! Every day! It wasn't really a raffle, I can tell you that. Come with me to the crater. There's something else I want to see. Yes, this is the place. So the story goes. The toxin's influence grew so great and powerful that the sun itself went up. And so Mother Nature unleashed her wrath on her errant followers, purging the toxin and sending everything to the depths of the ocean. Looks a lot like wrath to me. But that story never sat right with me. Destroying followers who stray? That isn't the mother I know. She's not the bringer of Bugsnax either. The ancients can't even get their story straight. So what am I supposed to believe? If I can't rely on the wisdom of those past, then all that's left is my own experience. I need to meditate. You see that egglet shell? I need you to crack open 3 of them. This time, it's not a metaphor. Oh, thank you. I know that wasn't an easy task. Bugsnax are so often in the shape of unliving things, but somehow they're also the only good source of calcium on this island. Don't judge me. I'm fighting osteoporosis. Anyway, I've centered my thoughts. I want to know for myself what Bugsnax are, whether they're of the mother or not. I'm going to need that big old nasty flying Bugsnax. Please, bring it...
Chocolate. Millie mochi, millie mochi.
Millie mochi. Millie mochi.